was in front, huh?
Where's your parents sit? Like Ellie's parents, right?
They're in the front, I guess.
You're welcome. He typically has planned on coming no matter what. So just
that off?
Yeah, we're pretty excited. It's not slow down, I won't lie. It gets faster and faster.
You ready?
Trade's gonna grab a picture of those and then.
Okay. Huh?
So there's some
Yeah.
strategic
All right, I'm going to go to you. Sorry. You all ready? Let's do it. Good evening. How is everybody? Awesome. We dressed up to the 10s. First time I've not seen y'all going to class in sweatpants. This is a welcome change. I like it. Thank you all. So welcome to the 3rd annual Panther Athletic Awards. This has been probably our biggest year yet. Tonight we gather to celebrate not just wins and statistics, but the dedication, resilience, and spirit that define Panther athletics. This evening is about honoring the athletes, teams, and individuals who have gone above and beyond on the field and in the classroom. This year we have seen unprecedented success, national notoriety, and expansion of the Panther brand. We got to see Stanford Steve of ESPN say we have a good Panther live on College Game Day.
Stanford Stevens here. What's the shirt? The Panthers. Pellissippi State. Pellissippi State. Division 2. School right. There you go.
Got some Pellissippi fans?
There you go.
Right.
Yeah, I thought that was like a USFL Michigan Panthers shirt or something. It's a good Panther though. Very good Panther.
It's a good Panther, a very good Panther. We got to see repeat conference champions in cross country. Thank you. Thank you. I need some applause. Men's soccer. And we also got to crown first-time champions in volleyball. All right, this next part, y'all are going to have to bear with me. By the numbers, Pellissippi State produced 1 TCCAA runner-up, 4 TCCAA championships, 2 NJCAA district championships, 56 Dean's List members, 5 TCCAA Players of the Week, 3 NJCAA National Players of the Week, 1 TCCAA All-Tournament Team member, 13 TCCAA All-Conference selections, and 1 NJCAA All-American. Like I said, thank you for bearing with me. That was going to be a long list to get out. Let's take a moment to recognize all of our student athletes, coaches, faculty, staff, and supporters. Thank you for being here and for making Panther athletics something truly special. Give yourselves a round of applause. We begin tonight with a student athlete who embodies what it means to be a Panther student athlete. She is being introduced by her nominator, Amanda Shaw.
Welcome everyone again. It is my honor to introduce tonight Savannah McDowell as our student speaker for tonight's Panther Awards. Savannah comes to Knoxville from Holt, Missouri, and was part of the inaugural softball team last year. She primarily catches for the Panther and is a strong voice for the team as well. While at Pellissippi, she has unfortunately endured 2 injuries, one being season-ending in her first year. During both of these times, I've had the absolute pleasure of watching her fight back with the field with grace and determination. It has been an absolute pleasure watching her grow from the athlete that never wanted to come into my athletic training room to one that actually comes in and sits down and chats about life. Savannah will leave Pellissippi State with an AS in biology and education with a GPA of 3.8. She will attend Avila University in the fall to continue her academic and playing career. Please join me in welcoming Savannah McDowell. You're gonna do fine. It's gonna be great.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you, Amanda, for introducing me. I am honored to be able to speak with you guys tonight. To begin, I should not be in this room. The statistical ability to be able to be here is a feat in itself. And for some stats, there's 7% that high school players for softball make it to the collegiate level. But what about the ones that didn't play in high school? I asked that theoretical question because I didn't. I never saw the field, barely even wore the uniform. So I was kind of diminished in that fact, like, why would I continue playing if I don't get to see the field? So I quit, and I gave travel ball one more shot. I joined late in the season, very late in the season, and I did not play much. I played one game, and that game kind of decided everything. Error after error after error, strikeout after strikeout after strikeout. Worst playing I've ever done. I left the field bawling, and I was like, that's it, I'm done. And what came next solidified it. I started receiving texts from my very newfound teammates saying, well, that's why you don't play. Just don't show up tomorrow. And I took that literally. I did not show up. I quit. I quit softball, the sport I had played for countless of years. With this newfound time, I grew bored. I was like, okay, what do I do now? And I'm not tall, so basketball and volleyball were off the table. And I'm not a very strong swimmer, so I didn't swim. What was left was wrestling, so I decided to go at it. My whole family was wrestlers. It was like a rite of passage for me. Freshman season, could not get a win. Sophomore season, I think I broke my nose and other people's noses more than I got wins. And then junior year, something decided to click. I had a losing season up until about halfway, and I went up to my coach and I was like, what can I do to change this? What can I do to change the odds? So I dropped weight classes and I walked into the district tournament. I was tired, I was slow, but I still made it. I lost a few matches, but I scraped by, got fourth. That's all I needed to do to get to state. So then I started winning matches at state, someone that's unranked with a losing record. They weren't big wins, like 1 to 2 points per match, but I made it. I was in the state championship. I got a concussion. And it was not the girl's fault, so I still had to wrestle. I ended up winning. The girl with no record, no stats, won the state championship. A sport she just started. And then senior year, there's not much to say about it. I won again. The thing is about it is that I was statistically not supposed to win. I was not supposed to even be on that mat, but I chose to. I took the leap of faith and chose that stats do not decide what I do. And I was content for a while. I committed to wrestle in a school at Iowa, and I was good. And then I received a text from a coach before, saying, hey, would you like to play softball? And it kind of sparked a question that I was kind of simmering on for a while. Do I still like the sport of softball? Do I still love it? So I started practicing again, just by myself, practicing and practicing. And I decided to decommit for wrestling and go to a school, aka Pellissippi, 10 plus hours away from home. I just took the leap of faith and I said, let's go. So the first practice I have ever had in 3 years was my first collegiate practice. In general, these should not have happened. Statistically, it's impossible for both. But I'm still here. Statistics do not define how you play or where you go. It's the leap of faith that you have and the ability to push past the stats. Think about a time, either at Pellissippi or even in high school, where the stats were against you in favor. You were not supposed to win. Some sort of team was better than you. or you had no players on that field that were able to play to their full ability, but you still won. There's no reason behind it. You had the reason to be able to be strong and be able to push past perseverance. And that's what one thing is great about being an athlete. Think about our own volleyball team or any other team at Pellissippi. There has been a time where we have been down or you've had some disadvantage, but they persevered. They made it all the way to the national championship. And that could happen to any other team. And think about it in the future. Stats and anyone's not going to always be on your side, but it's not them that makes you. You have to be able to push past yourself and take that leap of faith and go against all the stats in front of you to be able to perform to your ability, to perform to what you love and be able to come back from it. It does not matter what is in your way, as long as you have the strive and the passion to be able to push for it. You have to find the love even if you lose it. So to conclude, remember your why. Not to stay safe or not to stay in something that you know that you're good at. It's to something for you love or something that you have a passion for. And grow and just understand what makes the reason your why. Be able to push past whatever stat, whatever obstacle is in your way. And to conclude, in the words of Robin Wayne Bailey, the greatest act of courage is not falling in love, but despite everything, falling in love again. Thank you.
Savannah. Thank you, Savannah. I've now got the pleasure of introducing our keynote speaker. Tonight, we are joined by Todd Kelly Jr., a former standout University of Tennessee football player. Mr. Kelly is a Knoxville native and a graduate of the Webb School of Knoxville and the University of Tennessee, where he earned a Bachelor of Science in Biochemistry and Cellular and Molecular Biology. He is a financial advisor at Merrill Lynch and a partner with the Kegley Cross Group, based in Knoxville, Tennessee. Todd is also the founder and president of the TKJ Foundation, a 501c3 nonprofit dedicated to inspiring and empowering local youth through fun, safe athletic experiences with a strong emphasis on character development. He is passionate about investing in the next generation and believes they are the key to shaping the future of Knoxville and Tennessee. Ladies and gentlemen, Todd Kelly Jr.
Can always count on Jess. Always count on Jess. Hey, how's everybody doing? Man, come on. Y'all can do better than that. How's everybody doing? Good. Let me get a Go Panthers on 3. 1, 2, 3. Let me get a Go Panthers on 3. 1, 2, 3. All right. Look to the person to your right and your left and say, I'm a competitor. All right. Eyes up, eyes up, eyes up. So I'm a competitor, former student athlete, as I got introduced as. But one thing I want to leave you with is, when you're on the field, you're a competitor. But more importantly, when you're off the field or the court or whatever you deal with, you're a competitor as well. I've sat where you're sitting, balancing classes, workout, relationships for anybody that's in one. I won't tell you about mine in college. But listen. Your sport may end, but competition doesn't. The skills that got you here are the same ones that will separate you in your career. Now, you got to build some confidence. Think about where you started and where you are now. One thing, you didn't do it alone, okay? It takes discipline. What does discipline look like? How many people woke up early to work out? Raise your hand if you got up early to work out, if you ever gotten up early. Hey, listen up. Who knew their practice schedule in the back of their heads? Okay. How many people had someone that was holding them accountable, whether it was a teammate, a coach, a staff member, a teacher? Some things that you're already doing is going to propel you and prepare you for what's next. The thing that's most important, once you have discipline, is being coachable, right? Taking constructive criticism. When you do something wrong and somebody gets on you. When you have a teammate that calls you out, and maybe you don't want to hear it, but it makes you better. When you get to the real world, guys and gals, there's nobody looking over your shoulder, right? There is no stepping on and off the field. You're always turning it on. So for me, how did I make my transition? Playing in Neyland Stadium in front of 102,000 fans to now managing money for people that have been successful all their lives, that are approaching retirement. It's the same. We all wear a certain uniform. Now, I tried to wear y'all's colors today as best as I could, even though my blood runs orange. But what I want you to know is that blue and yellow that you wear now, the experiences you're getting, not just in games, not just in practices, not in just workouts, but everything collaboratively is going to put you a step ahead of people that don't have the opportunity and experience that you have. So what I want you to do, I know it's hard for us athletes, student athletes to do this. I want to give yourself a round of applause for the work you put in. One thing I want to touch on after discipline and coachability is teamwork. Does anybody know the saying for teamwork? It makes the dream work, right? And a goal without a plan is just a dream. Repeat after me. A goal without a plan is just a dream. Louder. A goal without a plan is just a dream. So if teamwork makes the dream work, why do you think you have to do it on your own? How many times have you tried to do something on your own and you failed, right? Number one, I hope you didn't fail and quit. There's a lot of quitters in this world. No matter what you do, you may have played with quitters. Just to be honest with you, in our locker room with over 100 football players, guess how many people were on the football field? 11. That means there's 89 other football players, right? When I came in as a freshman, I'm from Knoxville. My father played at the University of Tennessee, first round draft pick, had all this pressure on myself, right? Most of it was self-induced. I came in as a freshman thinking I was the man, right? Guess where I started? I was one of the 89. I could have pouted. These days, I could have transferred. I could have looked somewhere else. I could have stopped playing the game. But I chose to support my teammates, right? Because a goal without a plan is just a dream, knowing that when my opportunity comes, I'm ready. So what does that look like for you all? There are going to be opportunities that come to you after ball, after your sport. Are you going to be ready? You have to stay ready so you don't have to get ready. In the real world, opportunities come or they don't. Hey, man, focus up here. Get off your phone, please. I'm here. I'm not wasting my time, so don't waste my time. What we need to do is stay ready so we don't have to get ready. Does everybody understand? Yes, sir. Because somebody like you, I could hire you one day. So let this be a learning experience that when somebody's here, giving their time, you need to respect their time. Next thing I'm going to talk about is resilience, okay? I played the sport, I got injured, and I could have gave up, but I didn't. The biggest award I got wasn't freshman All-SEC. It wasn't freshman All-American. It wasn't leading the team in interceptions or tackles. It was a Mickey O'Brien Award where I got injured, had to get medical redshirted for 14 months, and come back and start my redshirt senior year. Now, it probably wasn't my best year statistically, but it showed me that if I have courage and believe in myself and stay disciplined and keep my faith first, that anything is possible. So I want to remind you right now that no matter what anybody tells you, that anything is possible, okay? Nobody can tell you how big your heart is. If you believe in yourself and keep going, the Lord has a plan for you. So always believe that and never forget that. Another thing is time management, okay? Everybody has 24 hours in a day, right? 24/7, 365. Everybody's heard that saying. How are you going to separate yourself from the person sitting beside you or for somebody that's in a different state or a different city? You choose how you manage your time. When you play a sport, you have to be there on time, right? For practice, for games. If you don't show up, you don't play. In the real world, you get to choose your calendar. I get to choose my schedule on a daily basis. Okay, I'm a father, I'm a husband, and I'm a worker. And so I have other people depending on me, just like you all had other teammates depending on you. So in the same facet, don't let others down, and most importantly, don't let yourself down. You know the capability you have and the work you put in. Why give up one day? Why give up 1 hour? Why give up 1 minute when you could be giving it your best? Because I promise you, there's a lot of people that want to work hard and be in your seats right now. So don't take that seat for granted. So when the uniform comes off, I just want to be honest with you. There is no scoreboard. There's no clear win or loss. There's no coach telling you exactly what to do. So my first year out of sports, I was used to it. Started playing sports when I was 7, finished when I was 22. That's 15 years. That's half of my life now. I'm 30 years old. What did that first year look like? I was lost a little bit. I had that structure. I had that discipline, but I was told to do it. So I had to rely on myself. I had to rely on my training. Everybody wants to show up and basically rise to the expectation of what they think they're going to do, when in reality, you rise to the level of your training. That's why you show up every day. That's why you grind. That's why you hustle, because you fall back on it. So when it's pressure time, when it's clutch time, and somebody's looking for you to make a decision, make a shot, make a basket, make a hit, whatever it is, hit it over the net, volleyball team, congratulations. Are you going to do it or are you not? In sports, effort is visible. In the professional world, sometimes results take longer. Persistence matters more than anything else. So in the professional world, you got to make the business world feel familiar, not intimidating. Sometimes it can be intimidating when you've seen some people have X amount of years of experience. But if you show up, give it your all, and give your best every single day, you're going to be successful in whatever you do. Another thing I want to tell you is don't chase the money. Chase what you're passionate about. Because when you're passionate about something, you're going to love it more than anything else, okay? What does that look like? When you show up and continue to show up, you become dependable. I'm sure everybody can think of a teammate right now that you could 100% depend on. I'm sure you can also think, and it doesn't even have to be here, maybe in high school, somebody that, if it's the end of the game, you probably won't depend on them. So why is that? Why do you think you had to touch the line when coach asked you to touch the line? Why do you think you had to make your time when coach said you had to make your time? Because you have to be disciplined and you have to show resistance, right? If you don't do something right, you get an opportunity to do it again. But guess what? That doesn't work out always in life, guys and girls. So when you have an opportunity, make the most of it and show up and be prepared. So some things that I want to relate from, the professional world and sports. Think of training and studying, practice. For me, I had to study, get licensed, and prepare daily. Now, I deal with people's finances. Everybody knows, for the most part, faith, family, and finances are all pretty important. And for me, it was football, but your sport, right? Those 4 things. So that's at the top. So what would it look like for me if I'm preparing to play Alabama in Neyland Stadium? I choose not to watch film. I choose to give 90% effort. I choose to listen sometimes when somebody's talking in the front of the room. Think I'm going to be prepared to tackle Derrick Henry? No, I'm not. So in the real world, when somebody rolls over X amount of money, they expect me to do all that stuff, right? Do they know if I'm doing it or not? No. But at the same time, they're going to know at some point in time. So it's all relatable. What you have to do is take what you've learned from the game and apply it to life. That's game film. That's the off season. That's knowing your opponent, right? Who are you going up against? For me, sometimes it's looking at the stock market and seeing which stocks to pick, which stocks to get out of. For you, it's figuring out your opponent. How do they line up? How do they pitch? How do they hit the ball? What's their footwork? All this stuff is applicable to the real world. And the scoreboard is probably most important. How many times did you get told growing up, don't look at the scoreboard, just give your best effort? Now, for me, early in the business, it's not a very high success rate, okay? It takes about 3 or 4 years for people to get going. And the first year is really tough. And I could have gave up, but I didn't look at that scoreboard. I focused on long-term approach. Think of your growth from year 1 to year 2. If you're a freshman, open your eyes and realize how much you're going to grow from freshman year to sophomore year. Or to that matter, think about your senior year of high school to your freshman year now. The effort you put in is what you got back. Last thing I want to leave you with is what will separate you, okay? Your work ethic when no one is watching, okay? Because what you do in the dark will come out to the light. The work you put in when you're not forced to do it, I'm sure you've heard this, the difference between extraordinary and ordinary is the extra. If you're just doing what your coach tells you to do and you go home, go to your apartment, go to wherever you live, you're not going to separate yourself. So people ask me, hey, Todd, how'd you play as a freshman? How'd you have this successful career? How'd you figure out this financial thing? I have to do a little bit more than everybody else, okay? I wasn't the fastest. I wasn't the smartest. But I made sure I was going to be the hardest worker. And everybody can control that. Next, how you handle adversity. When things go wrong, everybody likes having an undefeated season, right? Where you win every game. How about when you lose one? How do you respond? How do you handle it? How do you handle your teammates, right? Because that's going to be the same way as how you handle your coworkers. When you want a job and that door closes. When you have an opportunity, but you miss out. Do you slow down or do you put on more steam? And lastly, relationships and reputation. It's your brand, right? When you say the Panthers, what pops in your head? The logo, okay? Your relationships that you're building now will change your career forever, your life forever. Whether it's with your teammates, whoever sent you here, whether it's your coaches, relationships matter. People don't care what you have to say. People care how you make them feel. And that's what's so important about the opportunity you all have now. And more importantly, the reputation. When somebody says your name in a room, what do they think about you, right? If your name is, say, your first name and last name, what are they saying? Because that's your brand. And only you can control that. So you can't point the finger when you didn't do a rep. You can't point the finger when you quit on a play. Because if I'm interviewing you and somebody else, that's going to be the difference maker. So my final challenge, treat your career like a sport. While there's not wins and losses on the scoreboard, everybody's competitive in here. That's why you said I'm a competitor. But when you say it, you have to mean it. Prepare daily, okay? This isn't just getting up and doing whatever you want to do. If you did that, you wouldn't be a successful student athlete, and you sure wouldn't be in the seat you're in now. So obviously, all of you are talented and have the capability, right? But what are you going to do with that? When someone says, oh, this person has so much potential, but, they have so much talent, but, that's what I don't like to hear, okay? Whatever potential you have, maximize that to the best of your ability. Be coachable. Listen. I'm wrong a lot of times, right? But the only way you learn is by listening. And you're going to make mistakes, right? Just don't make the same mistake again. That's what makes you better, and that's how you grow in an incremental fashion. Compete and play the long game. So your sport doesn't define you, but it definitely trained you. Now go and compete at the next level, whatever that looks like. Appreciate y'all having me, and God bless.
Excellent.
I think this one's yours. Thank you. All right, let's give one more round of applause for Todd Kelly Jr. We're now ready to get into our awards for tonight. Tonight's awards are all nominated by coaches and then voted on by members of the athletic department and the Panthers Club. We start tonight with a special award nominated by you student athletes for our first ever faculty award. Presenting that award tonight is our president, Dr. Anthony Wise.
Thank you, Brock. It was about 28 years ago when I joined the faculty of Pellissippi State. I was really proud to do so, really proud of all the faculty we have serving the college today and serving our students. This Panther Faculty Award is presented annually now to a faculty member who has made a significant positive impact on student athletes' academic experiences through their openness to communication, their approachability, their commitment to student success, and to mentorship. So I'd like to honor all of our nominees here, tonight. So if you're with us, would you please stand? Laura Lawson. Julia Stewart. Susan Cook. Jesse Cragwall. Linda Reeves. Patricia Collins. Jerry Burns. No, so Georgette Samaras. And the winner of the Panther Faculty Award is Laura Lawson.
Give it up for Miss Laura Lawson. At this time, we want to take a moment to recognize a group that often works hard behind the scenes but plays a vital role in the success of Panther athletics, our interns. These individuals have dedicated their time, energy, and passion to supporting our teams, events, and operations throughout the year. Tonight, we proudly recognize each of them for their contributions. Please join me in congratulating our Panther Athletic Intern Award recipients, starting with AJ Acosta. Olivia Boyce, who couldn't join us tonight. Bailey Bird. Lexi Lucas. Aaron Miller. Keely Noe. Trevor Stakely. Aiden Stevenson. Taylor Wilson.
Ready? 3, 2, 1. One more, just a second. 3, 2, 1. Very good.
Let's give all of our interns one more round of applause for everything they do. Next up is our Game of the Year award. So once every team votes, every coach nominates, we've been voted on, we take the highest three to make our finalists. Our finalists this year: men's basketball, triple overtime thriller with Motlow State. Women's soccer, Region 7 tournament semifinal win versus Columbia State in a rainstorm. Volleyball, district championship win to send them to the first ever NJCAA Nationals appearance. And your winner is women's volleyball. The next award is our best male performance in a game or competition. This is presented to a standout, game-changing performance by a male athlete. The first finalist is Caden Black of baseball with his 3-triple game in a game versus Roane State. Josiah Curry, men's basketball, 30 points, 12 rebounds, 6 assists, 3 steals versus Jackson State. Tony Ortega, cross country and half marathon. Tony ran to an individual championship at the Region 7 championship while recording the fastest time in school history, leading the Pellissippi State men to their second consecutive region championship. And the winner is Tony Ortega. Next up, the best female performance in a game or competition. And your finalists are Julia Olson, shutout against nationally ranked number 13 Motlow State. Autumn Crick of women's basketball set the school record for 8 threes in a game against Roane State, finishing with 26 points. Grayson Jones, 35 digs against Cleveland Community College, setting a program high for digs and a season high in that game. And the winner is Autumn Crick of women's basketball. Next up is probably the most competitive among the coaches. The Team GPA Award. I see some of y'all are already, some teams are already giving up. You got to have hope. You need to be better in the classroom too if you're giving up already. All right. So the team with the highest GPA in this season, women's soccer, 3.32 GPA. Come on. Mariana, Brenna. We counted your GPA, Brenna. Good job, Sohaila. Let them filter out here. I think we put it down in the order. I think so. Yeah. Next up is our Panther Academic Excellence team. So when I call you guys up, I want you guys all to come up on stage. The Panther Academic Excellence team is made up of student athletes who have achieved a peak GPA of 4.0. This year, the team consists of Addison Dietz, Ashley Crick, Autumn Crick, Bailey Bird, Brandon Wright, Brooke Million, Devin Dunn, Emma Kate Schneider, Emmy Bohm, Gray Fiveash, Jace Morton, Julia Olson, Justin Velasquez, Cade Whalen from golf is still playing golf at the conference tournament. Kendall Rashawn, Kylie Marsh, Linda Madrid, Matthew Mead, Miley Presnell, Olivia Brown, Reagan Forrester, Sohaila Larson, Talia Paredes. All right, we're gonna have to squeeze down this way. Squeeze, squeeze. Hey. We're down to our last two awards of the night. First one, Male Athlete of the Year, presented to the top male athlete for performance, leadership, and impact. Our first nominee, Alex Lachivre, All-American, 11 goals, 28 assists, and led the country in assists. Caden Chanel, hitting .414 with 13 home runs, 72 hits, 73 RBIs, a 770 slugging percentage, one of the best bats in the conference. Tony Ortega, first place finish at Walter State and Maryville Invitational, region individual champion, recording the fastest time in Pellissippi State history. And the winner is the All-American Alex Lachivre.
Pellissippi State trying to finish off Georgia Military College as Lachivre able to get it off the post into the back of the net. And that should do it. As
Now, Female Athlete of the Year, presented to the top female athlete for performance, leadership, and impact. And the finalists are Eva Greenwald, first team all-conference, setting a Pellissippi State record for goals in a season at 17. Grayson Jones, with 4 30-plus dig matches, averages 10-plus digs in every game this season, and led the conference in digs. Eva Vandenhert, first place individual in the Walter State half marathon, highest nationals finish and best time in half marathon in school history. Fastest time for the 5K in school history. Third individual at the cross country regional. And the winner is Grayson Jones. Let's give it up for all of our award winners one more time. So congratulations to all of you on making this year special. I know we've got a lot still going on, obviously with baseball, softball, golf's not here. They are currently tied for fourth at the conference tournament. Your dedication and excellence continue to raise the standard for Pellissippi State athletics. The spring season isn't quite over just yet. Baseball and softball postseason start this week. I would love to see you support Baseball Thursday at 1 p.m. at Ridley Helton as they host Dyersburg State, or Friday at 3:30 down at Columbia State as Panther softball opens tournament play with Southwest. So I want to thank all of you for being here. And with that, we're going to close tonight. Yeah. So we now invite you all over to the College Center where food will be served. Last thing, if you are a graduating sophomore and you are going to walk, I need you to come up on the stage. We have your tassels that you're going to wear at graduation. So if you plan to walk, come on out. If not, you can go ahead and start making your way to the College Center for food, okay? What do you